Hi teachers! Today I'm going to explain how to introduce, teach, and reinforce expectations for students in your classroom. This is important because students need to learn these expectations and then practice them throughout the entire school year. Here are 2 expectations I always show my students on day 1 of the school year. When introducing my expectations for students, it is interactive and engaging, just like any other lesson. I also clearly define what my expectations are. So for example, respect is defined as treating others politely, professionally, and appropriately. Respect is for yourself, your peers, and the teacher. This is also a great time to ask students what you can do to show respect to them. Being prepared for class is defined as having materials ready, being on time, and being responsible for getting your work in on time. There are also certain tasks that the teacher needs to do in order to help implement these expectations for students and create a class community. A task that definitely needs to take place is defining and teaching the expectations so that students are clear on what respect and being prepared means, just like we did on the previous slide. Additionally, in order to reinforce your expectations, you need to display these expectations year-round, displaying them by using posters or more impactfully, modeling what you expect from the students. Consider that your teacher expectations. Expect from yourself the same that you would expect from your students. Modeling your expectations also demonstrates to students that you are working with them. Together, you are all part of the community of the classroom. By working together and really listening to each other, the community of you and your students will build. While you are working to build your classroom community, there will be some challenges. For example, class size plays a huge role in your classroom management, not only because of how many students you may have, but also the number of personalities that will be present. Some personalities clash and may not feel they can agree to your expectations and will take more of your attention. Students in your class will also be working at different levels. This might make your explanation and implementation more difficult. Additionally, students and families from different cultures may define your expectations differently, especially respect. There are some strategies that you can use to overcome these challenges. In fact, these strategies are recommended to use with all of your classes and will help you reach all levels. After you introduce and teach your expectations, reinforcement is required throughout the year to help remind students. Recognize students who are regularly defining your expectations and tell them something like, "Good job, Johnny, that was very respectful because of this and this," is reinforcing the good behavior. An expectation of the week is a good continuing education strategy to keep students' thoughts on your expectations as well. It is never a bad idea to call a class meeting if students start to struggle to meet your expectations. It is like hitting a restart button, and it gives your community a chance to problem solve together. You can also use technology apps to continue to communicate your expectations throughout the year. Remind, Gmail, and Google Classroom are all communication tools. All have interactive tools and give the teacher the opportunity to also include parents in the classroom community. Your classroom management is directly tied to your students' successes, so explaining, reinforcing, and building a class community are essential to managing behavior so students can focus on their academics.